Hello and welcome to the best show on the SML network, SML Total Access. I am Primetime 000, and with me today is my trusted co-host, ZZ the Great. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Prime? Total Access. We back in the building, the best show on the SML, man. Let's not get it twisted. We back, man. We took a little hiatus. ZZ went on vacation. I went to Vegas. But we back, baby, in full effect and ready to give you guys a great show and some great content.
Yes, sir. And got a lot of exciting things happening right now in the SML. We're already nearing the midpoint already. It seems like the season's kind of flown by. Already almost halfway through the year. A lot of teams are playing well. A lot of good teams are kind of playing eh. Um,
hmm
what do you think's going on right now? Haas is
I,
back. There's all sorts of stuff. Oshi's playing
I,
good.
yeah, it's been a mixed bag of things going on in SML. In the beginning, man, it's like, dude, I mean, like we have the rise of the bottom tier players of I mean, I wouldn't say rise for me, but I'm doing okay. But we got the cards we that are currently just a quick overview. We got the cards that are currently leading their division. Last I checked, yeah, they're 4-2, leading their division. We got the Giants, which haven't met. He was just 2-2. I think he might have just lost to the Eagles. And then we had NYT leading our division. He was recently 3-1. I think he might be 3-2 right now. But there's a lot of lower tier players that actually started off really good, and a lot of really good players started off really bad. I mean, you and Meats were in that category. You guys have picked it up since then, but the season started off really awkward.
Right. And I think I contributed to like an engine in the cold, just trying to warm up for some of these good teams and some of these bad teams. Who knows, man? I mean, looking at the Raiders, they're 3-3. They took a few close L's to the Patriots and to the Chiefs today. Once again, a
Yes.
team that who might not have won 3 games at all in the past 2 seasons combined, but here we are, 3-win team. You
Yes,
got
they started off 3-0.
yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
impressive for Raider fan. And then you've got a
Yes.
Grams. It was a solid 5-1. He's playing very good despite some guys he lost in the offensive line, cap casualties. And then you got to look at
Yes.
probably the best player in the SML right now is the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is it's a tough say.
Jaguars.
I mean, Dumpahantis, he's been blowing dudes out. He blew out Woods 40-8. He's taking names right now.
Yeah.
So really, the Jaguars are looking like the team to beat, led by quarterback Seth Stocker. Seth Stocker is a guy who he's thrown 14 touchdowns on the year, 64 of 84 passing, and it doesn't stop there as I'm getting his stats pulled up. I mean, the
Yes.
guy has thrown no interceptions, and we're almost halfway through the season with 157.3, nearly a perfect quarterback rating almost halfway through the season. That's freaking
Wow.
bananas.
That is freaking awesome. And I mean, I'm happy for Don behind us, man. He's been holding it down. He's in a tough division with yourself, and he's changed. I mean, when we first started the season, I mean the cycle, he did good the first season, and then he kind of trailed off after that. But since then, man, he's picked it up and he has been just killing it, man. And he looks like he might be a top playoff contender come postseason.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see somebody like that. He's drafted well. And this is
Yes,
a little off topic here, but there's a lot of people who complain about their teams, but then like don't scout like they should and then don't show up to the
yes,
draft. It's like don't complain if you're not going to show up and do the things you need to do in the off season. And the Jaguars
yes,
had some gripes on his team. We talked in private. He's like, "Man, I really need a quarterback. Nick Foles blows. Garner Minshew blows." What did he do? He came out, got Seth Stocker. Now he's an X Factor quarterback, and that could have been the missing piece in
yes.
Jacksonville to a Super Bowl run. So it's pretty exciting to
Yes.
see a team not only good on the sticks but good in the off season.
I know all too well about how important a quarterback is in the SML, and it is. I was able to compete for a while with Drew Brees and Tom Brady, and since then it's been really hard. And I got to the quarterback. He's not where I want him at right now, but he's getting better. and the quarterback position is very important.
Yeah,
So
it isn't. And
yeah,
speaking
go
of
ahead.
quarterback, I was looking around the league, and the Atlanta Falcons, they took that quarterback first overall. He traded up actually with Raider fan. That's NYT.
Yes,
He went out and he took Shane Malachi. I don't Malachi maybe. I don't know.
Malachi.
Don't at me,
Don't.
Malachi. I'm gonna edit that. So he's a 74 overall. He's a rookie quarterback, and he's having an average season. 9 touchdowns, 11 interception. Right now, the Atlanta Falcons are in first place for the NFC South. Do you see that holding true?
Yes. No. If NYT wins the NFC South, I'll eat your butt. Nah, I'm just I'm just joking. But uh I don't know. The NFC South is we never know who's gonna fucking take it every year. So I really want to win this year, man, because NYT made a little comment on the show, which we'll get to maybe later. But I really want to win the NFC South, and it's a lot of guys, and I'm sure that's the same for everybody that's there. But it's like right now we have a 3-2, 3-3, 2-2, I was just 2-3. I think I just lost a lawyer, but anybody could win that, man. If we get on a roll and like I just beat NYT the other day. I got to play Mike again next week. Mike just beat me, so it's a toss up down there in the NFC South, and I think it's going to be pretty interesting down at the end of the road.
So here's my question then, and rather blunt. I'm a straight shooter. If you guys don't know,
Yes.
doesn't matter who wins the NFC South. I mean, a lot said about
Yeah.
them finishing 500. Can the NFC
Yes.
South make noise in the playoffs?
Yeah. Hey, man, I think anybody can. I think the fact that Royce proved that a couple
Yeah,
seasons ago, man, you get to the show, it's anybody's ball game. I mean, a guy get hot and he gets on the street. There's no telling what might happen. So, I mean, just take the fact that like I was just playing lawyer. Lawyer is a champion. He's won it all before, but recently lawyer hasn't been as good as he's not playing to championship status. So that shows me that anybody can get hot. Anybody can be a top contender. You just have to get out of your division, get in the playoffs, and make a run.
yeah, and so it is. You hit that on the head because last season we seen NYT beat Meats, and he didn't have a perfect
Yes.
season. We've seen Mike FML beat Governor a few times in the regular season, and you've played some guys very close as well. And then obviously, don't forget Noel Overlord, who I know he's kind of got his hands full with his baby, but he could beat anybody on any given Sunday.
Yes.
Moving on, or switching gears, as some would say, the Seattle Seahawks. They're 3-2 right now. That is not a typical record for future Empire, but his two losses have been to the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. What are those teams? Playoff teams. Those are teams that
Yes.
he's gonna have to face again down the road if he expects to win a Simbardi, and he lost both games by more than 10 points. Is Future Empire just not a big game player?
Yeah.
Is he just not
Yeah.
good enough?
Yeah. You know. I love Future, man. That's one of my favorite guys in this league, and what is, I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, it's the same situation with me, man. If you're not winning and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, which Future usually wins, and he's gonna make the playoffs,
Yeah,
but can he win those big games? It seems the trend is he can't.
right.
He's not able to win those big games when everything's on the line and you have to get this big win against this player. It's like he's not able to actually pull that big win off. So
Well,
I have to just say no.
you say he's gonna make the playoffs. I kind of find this interesting. This could be the year the regular season Warrior might miss the playoffs. Seahawks got 49ers left. They've got the Bengals. They've got the Browns. They got the Ravens. They've got the Eagles, the Steelers, and WTF Gamepad.
Mm,
But you're pretty
that's a
confident that
tough.
this team's gonna make the playoffs still.
That's a tough schedule, but I know Future. He's like you said, he's a regular season warrior. He'll hear this podcast, man, and he'll turn it around. He probably won't lose another game this year,
Yeah,
and then go and lose in the first round. Sorry,
yeah.
Future, but that's
Don't
just
add
that's
us.
just it's just what it is. And so, but I do believe he will make the playoffs. And he has the Cards leading in the division. Cards made some interesting comments in chat just recently. He talked about the how the game is filtering out the basically the the Raiders
Yeah.
the chosen players to win, right? And so he's saying like, okay, we progressed so far into the seasons that these original chosen players are starting to leave and be gone and being replaced by draft players, which is causing what he claims the rise of the bottom tier guys.
Yeah.
So we're finally getting our time to shine because all of the computer generated cheat players are leaving.
And here's my thing, and I'm gonna go Colt 45. You're a great guy. I like you. You're active in chat. You play a good game. But listen, you're feeling yourself. You're feeling yourself real good. But here's the thing. I looked at your schedule. You're 4-2 right now, and you have not beat a team over 500. Your losses are to Lawyer Killer, and then your wins are over the 2-3 Rams, the 1-4 Steelers, the 3-3 Browns, which that's probably your most quality game, but you won 6-3, and then you beat the Rams again. And then when you finally played a playoff tier team in the Dallas Cowboys, 5-1, you lost 7-33. And then now you got the big dogs coming up. You got the Seahawks, you've got the Redskins, you've got the Eagles, you've got Meats, you've got the Seahawks again. You've got so let's see if that theory holds true, because I don't know, man. That's all I gotta say about that. Don't at me.
Don't at me, bro. Don't at me.
So
hey, but yeah, but that's pretty interesting though, man. But I like this little
it's interesting.
I like guys to be involved and
no, it's interesting.
Bring
but
up certain stuff like that because it makes it interesting.
And yeah, it's a good point, but I don't see the Cardinals making the playoffs. Let's talk one more division real quick. Conk,
Yes.
4-1, QB stud, 4-1. Who's gonna get out? And then you got Royce also, and Royce is scary, man. He's got Kyler Murray now. He's got a quarterback who can scramble around and throw darts. But Conk, listen to this. He's only got one loss, and that was to, drum roll please. That was actually to, who was that to? I don't even know who that was to. But
Conk's one loss was to
to the Jets. He lost to Royce.
To the Jets.
He got
whooped.
He
lost to Royce.
He got freaking whooped. But then he came back. He beat the Eagles by 7, and then he beat the Cowboys by 12. So what the heck's going on with Conk? Is he going to win this division?
Man, look, I'm going to tell you what. I wouldn't want to be in that division, bro, because I mean, you got Conk, you got Royce, who went to the Super Bowl a couple seasons ago. You got QB stud, who's been playing lights out lately. His offense was just like crazy. The first 3 games he averaged over 40 points a game, which is like nuts. And that division is wild as hell. But if I'm looking at that division, team's gonna come out on top. As much as Conk is Conk, and what he does in chat, and he's a bit of a entertainment guy, and that's being generous. Conk is pretty good.
Right,
he knows how to play this game. He plays a lot, and so he's pretty good at Madden. And if I'm picking one of these guys out of QB stud and Conk, I'm gonna say Conk is gonna probably overtake him before the end of the year.
Yeah,
and,
I had QB.
End up winning that division.
I had QB stud before the season, but looking at Conk, and look, he's a gamer, like you said, and he's actually dialed back his antics in chat. And
yes, he is.
Right now, Conk is just playing focused football, and that actually kind of leads me to my next topic. I heard Field mention it on Mike FML came on to Field's podcast, which I'm not sure if that's rating the Field or not anymore. Haven't heard much from Raider fan on that podcast. Yes. So maybe a Mike FML Field General duo. That would be a good duo because Field came on. He had a bunch of good questions. Mike was very good on the podcast. I actually enjoyed that quite a bit. And so what happened? Field had asked Mike. He said, "It seems like chat in the SML has changed a little bit to where there's more trash talking." And I kind of want to have a soapbox because I was here since day one, and I remember when we wrote up the rules. And no trash talk in the SML, no personal attacks really. And when we built the league, it was like bad. Like there was bombs, there was guys, and I told the story a million. Guys were cussing each other, threatening lives, leaving chat,
Yes.
blowing up teams. You know what I'm saying? So you can't have if you got guys who aren't following just gameplay rules, you can't expect guys to be rational in chat. So you have to say, okay, nobody talk trash in chat. But as you've grown,
Yes.
we've got a developmental league. We've got a full 32-man league of guys who you can trust, except for Conk at times. Um, so if you got a very strong majority of the league who can police themselves, it can only be beneficial for the league to have trash talk because that means
Yes.
there's more at stake, more involved. It's a brotherly love thing, you know. It's a
Yes.
brotherly love thing. So I think it's actually good for the league.
I think I mean, we have a great group of guys that are I mean, I mean, you don't build a group of guys like this just out of nowhere. It took time to get these guys into the league and to filter out all the bad guys and get some nice solid individuals in our league. And I think over time these guys can police themselves. They don't, I mean, we don't have to be as we
Involved.
don't
Yeah,
have
we
to,
don't have to
yeah,
be.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. We don't have to stand over these guys and watch them in chat because they know they've been here long enough. They know what the rules are, they know what the consequences are. So if they choose to take it too far, then they know what it is. And so we don't have that same kind of we don't have that same kind of atmosphere as most chats. I mean, you can even directly rate it to the primer. I mean, the primer has to have a little bit more stringent oversight because we have a lot of young guys. You don't know who all these guys are. Some of them might be crazy. So
right.
you have to kind of watch those guys. But we know our guys. We know who they are. We know, who's gonna
Right.
do what. And we don't have that kind of stuff in our league. And we can talk trash back and forth.
And I
We can
will
tell
say,
guys to shut the fuck up and they know what it is. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Some guys. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a few guys recently, especially with Conk, and I know we talked about Conk a few times. I mean, most of us know what the hell Conk is, but let's not take Conk too serious in chat, or let's not take anybody too serious
No.
in chat. Most of us just we like to bust balls. We like to
Right.
talk crap back and forth to one another. That's part of our league, man. It's part of the thing that gets me through the day. I love sitting back laughing at you guys and going at each other and talking bad about each other. And like Titans was just talking about Conk the other day. Me and Woods just like hysterically laughing because of the interaction that was going on between the Titans and Conk. So it is an entertainment value there.
Right.
We enjoy some of the stuff that Conk does. Yes, sometimes he might have went too far, but like Prime said before, he's dialed it back. We got him a little bit more under control. So let's just chill out. Let's
Right.
not take things so serious. Let's not be.
Exactly. And if
Uh,
you take anything I say serious in chat, because believe it or not, as soon as I turn off my PlayStation, I don't care, about the games anymore. When I'm dialed in, though, I'm serious. But then after that, if I'm posting in chat 15-time champ, I really don't think about it too much. So you shouldn't either. You shouldn't
yes.
think about what somebody says in chat and think that's who they are as a person. Moving on, though, switching
Yes.
switching gears. Got a lot of stuff going on in the SML. I want to
Yes.
throw a little teaser. It's gonna be the title of this video, a little PS5 talk, but not yet, not yet. We
Yes.
got some new shows. We've got Rolling with Royce, but this new show that came out, SML Untitled, NYT coined it Nerdgasm. What's your thoughts? Do you have a rebuttal?
Well, well, this is look. I'm gonna tell you this. Like I said before in chat. Look, me and Prime get on Total Access, man, and we've been here for a while, and we've always preached involvement, man. I mean, this is a 32-man league. We only got 32 guys, so we have to get guys involved in order for the for our league to grow and to become better. So when the guys come out with, I mean, we got Royce
Rolling
with
with
his
Royce.
predictions and his recap every week, which I think is freaking awesome. I love it. And Royce is being consistent. He's putting it up every week. And then we got Field them trying to do their show, and we got Total Access, and we got
We got
guys
Polly.
commentating. Yeah, and we got Paulie getting ready to produce a great show, and Paulie is great,
The
man.
voice of Primer.
He does he's the voice of Primer, and we and so and then Prime and QB doing the commentating, it's freaking excellent. So I think it's only right that, like, if we see a guy that's great at something and good at something, it's fine for us to take a step back and let guys do their thing. But with as far as the show is concerned, and the new show with Meats and QB, I think it's an excellent show. It's a great idea, and who knows, they could be the best thing that ever happened to the
Yes.
SML.
It's
But
exciting
but
because Meats and QB Stud are such a good combo. Meats is a
yes,
stats guy, graphics guy. QB Stud a numbers guy. So they really do.
yes,
It's a great combo, and it's great for because we don't. It's a void. People like to pit it up against SML Total Access or like playing the
no,
field when really it's not the same. It's a webcast. It's a live show where guys are meant to log on at a certain time and watch it, and it's like a 30-minute TV show that we haven't offered before. So I think it's
yes,
exciting and it's
yes,
its
and
own
that's
thing.
fantastic. That's fantastic, but it is not this, because what we can do is we can go into different topics and talk about social issues or talk
Right.
about what's going on in chat, this kind of thing. But their show is more, number based, and that's fine. That's great because they can dive into
Hmm.
stuff that we're not able to do on this show.
Exactly.
And that's, I mean, I don't want to do the apples to oranges thing because it's so corny, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they're two different
It's
types of
different.
things, but they're both great.
It's different. Exactly. And it's
Yeah.
exciting. It's only adding a different layer to the meaty, juicy sandwich that is SML.
Yes.
Um, so I'm going to go ahead. We're going to talk about, speaking of social issues, before we get to our PS5 talk. Um, Miles Garrett got unsuspended. He had this interview with some lady. I don't know who she was, not important. Um,
Yes.
and he said that he was upset that the whole N word thing got out. He meant for that to be private in the appeal. Somebody leaked it. So, but he's like, and then he's getting interviewed about it. He's like, yes, but it's true. It is what it is. And then Mason Rudolph sees this tweet talking about it. This is just like today or yesterday. And then he retweets. He's like, this is BS. This is not true. He's trying to sabotage my career. We talked about this before, but what do you think? It's he said, she said. Obviously, somebody's lying, and now they have to stick with it
Yes.
because it'll make them look
Yeah.
like a fool. What do you think about it?
Yeah, that's the bad part of this, is that you don't know who's lying. I mean, because Miles Garrett could very well just be trying to defend his position because he said it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And he wouldn't want to be the guy that tried to destroy another guy's career because of a lie. And on the other end, it would be really, really freaking screwed up if Miles Garrett is lying and he's just saying this because he didn't want to get suspended.
Mm-hmm.
So it really sucks that anybody would use that as a vehicle to to avoid a suspension, and vice versa. It would suck if Mason Rudolph really did say what he said and is just now, trying to deflect by saying that the guy's trying to ruin his career
Now,
by
my question to you is, I'm white, obviously. So let's say we're
yes.
working together, and I call
Hmm.
you that. Is there would that be a situation where it just depends on how it goes, or would you just like would you cold clock me in the head like Miles Garrett did, or is that still it's
The
how does
thing,
that play out?
well, the thing is, man. Okay, like I said, I'm not.
Is it just a person by person thing?
It is, because it's like, okay, look, okay, I'm not gonna have anybody call me the N word with a hard R.
Right.
Period. That's just something that's it can trigger a instant reaction that usually isn't great. Okay, but at the same time, like, I mean, like, I've had homeboys, guys in my neighborhood back in the day that were white and that were just like us, and they used the N word with the GA all the time. So it's a difference of how you use it. But if you're using it to be, if you're intentionally trying to use it with malice, and you're trying to be derogative towards me, and you're using it to try to belittle me, then that's a whole different situation. And I've learned over the years that you don't. I mean, the kind of people who do that kind of stuff are people who are looking for a reaction out of you anyway.
Yeah.
So, would my reaction be to hit him in the head? Probably not. I probably hit his ass up with that HR and get him fired.
Yeah,
You know what
get
I'm
him
saying?
fired, ruin his
Get him,
life, exactly.
yeah. Hit him where it really hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because he's looking for me to do something stupid to begin
Right.
with. But you know what I mean? So I wouldn't I don't think I would react in a violent way with something like that. I mean, you take a swing at me, then hey, it is what it is. But if words ain't gonna kill me, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be derogative, you want to be that kind of person, I mean, all I can do is put your ass in the hands of HR and let them deal with you.
Well, man, I gotta say, like, let's say either way, Mason Rudolph said something completely stupid to piss off Myles Garrett for him to hit him in the head. And there's video of him kind of kicking him in the. I'm kind of on the
Yeah.
impression that yes, okay, it was wrong that he almost took the guy's head off with the helmet. Like yes, but I can see how that would kind of transpire in a football field where emotions are high. You're already your
Yes.
adrenaline's running.
Adrenaline's pumping.
You're
Yeah.
at that point you're probably in an out of body experience where you're acting. I mean, these football players act like freaking animals. Like they kill each
Yes.
other. I mean, it's insane.
Yes.
Like the stuff they're
Yes.
yelling, spits flying. I mean, that's an out of body experience. And then for somebody to, if maybe he didn't say it, maybe that's what he heard, and that's possible. You got 70,000 people yelling, so maybe they're both telling the truth in their minds. So he's already acting out of body, so he hits him in the freaking head. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't.
but the big thing I think for me is weaponizing his helmet.
Yeah,
When you go to that extent and you want to pick up something and hurt somebody,
yeah.
that I think that's a bit
Yeah,
extreme.
it's a bit
It-
extreme. Whatever. I mean, I like the tenaciousness of Myles Garrett. I'm on his side. So, I mean,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? I actually don't know what happened. But dude, the dude did not have his helmet on.
yeah,
Now, I mean, I can see if he had his helmet on and you swing at him with your helmet. That's one thing.
right.
But I mean, you
Yeah,
could
okay.
have actually caused some
Yeah, you
serious
could have done some
damage.
brain
And
damage. Yeah, okay. I take my comments back.
yeah,
But at the same time,
yeah,
Myles Garrett, this is or Mason Rudolph, and I see this in chat too. And people will like to poke the bear. They'll poke and poke and poke, and they'll say stuff on podcasts, and they'll say stuff, and they'll make fun of me in chat, and I won't say nothing. I'll laugh, and then I'll say
yeah,
something back, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you can't do that, and it's just
yeah,
the same. It's like, what did Mason Rudolph? He's outmanned. He's out. This guy's freaking
yeah,
twice the size. What's he doing? What's he doing? What do you
yeah.
think's
True
gonna
that.
happen? You know, like
Yeah, true that.
the people are stupid.
And that is you can't say that he did well, it was a poke the bear situation where he did get something, but it doesn't change the fact that it's wrong.
It's
I
wrong,
mean, when the bear does attack him with a helmet,
right?
it's
Right.
it's
It is
still
wrong.
wrong.
It's still wrong.
Yeah,
He went extreme,
yeah,
but you gotta understand there's gonna be consequences to what you say,
for
sir, or
yeah,
what your
yeah.
actions
You're
are.
right. You're right. Yeah. So don't talk shit about our show, son, because we'll come for you.
Hey, numbers don't lie, baby. Numbers don't lie. Number one show for now, anyway. So
Yes.
let's get to
So yeah,
go on.
yeah. The big news is right.
Yes,
We get to this big news.
yes.
All right, the big news is, man, you know, we got a new console coming out, the PS5. We hope that everybody in our chat is going to be able to start putting your pennies away, save your money, get ready for the transition because we want to go to the PS5 as soon as possible. And as soon as we get the majority of the guys to go, we're going to make that move. You do not want to be left out. You do not want to have us replace you with Primer guys until you're able to purchase a PS5
Right.
because you might not ever get your spot back. And these guys are great. So please put your money away. Get ready for this big thing. But the good news is we might just have a PS5 for you guys, and we might just be doing a raffle and giving this baby away free.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Well, not free.
Yeah. So in a way, it's gonna be. We don't quite know how we're gonna do this, but the thing is, we don't know how Madden 21 is gonna go with the PS5. If it's gonna be backwards compatible, or any of that, or if it's gonna be cross-platform, maybe. So that's something to keep an eye on. Still, so many details, but I did want to tease. Like, we're gonna be giving away a PS5. Somebody in the league's gonna have a PS5.
Yes.
Do we know the exact method? What we're doing? No, probably not. We don't have that down yet. But
Yeah.
PS5 will be. I'm gonna be in the lines, elbowing dudes, knocking guys over to secure a PS5 for somebody in this league, and I hope to God it's not Conk. I hope to God I don't have to ship this thing to Conk, but just please be somebody. I mean, somebody that I kind of like. I'm just trying to think of somebody in the league. Maybe Terrible Two Step, somebody like that.
Yeah, Future won our last
Yeah, Future. That was a good one.
PlayStation Corolla.
I'm just
Yeah, he won our PlayStation. So
I mean, Lawyer Killer, he's got a bunch of money though, so somebody like
yeah,
Royce, a young guy, so that'd be cool, but not Conk. Anyway, it's gonna be fair. It's gonna be a live stream to announce the winner. But how we're gonna do it, I want to do it to where anybody has a chance at this thing. So we're not going to make it to
yes,
where it's tough to win this thing. So it's something to keep an eye on, and it's going to be a very exciting because look, SML is the best league on PS4. We're going to be the best league on PS5, and I can guarantee you, mark this down, mark my words, etch it in stone. We are going to be the best league on any console come 2021. We got the content there, we got the
yes,
users there. We're a 32-man league, a 64-man league when Primer gets filled up, and we're a freaking monster, and we're not going to be
yes.
stopped. So ZZ, I'll let you kind of sign us off as we're
Hey,
around 30
hey,
minutes.
man, it is what it is. SML is the best place to play, man. This is the place to be. There's nothing like winning here. When you win here, you feel like a real winner. There's nobody's gonna hand you anything here. You have to come and take it. So the SML is the place to play. If you're here and you're winning, then you feel. I mean, you can ride that. I mean, to the top of the clouds, man. You feel great because you're accomplishing something when you win in the SML. And not only that, man, we got great guys, great content, some of the funniest dudes in the world
Yep.
ever in chat. There's no place better to be at when you're playing in a simulation Madden league.
Yes, sir.
So with that being said, man, the primer. I think we got 2 spots left
Two
in the
spots.
primer. If you know somebody, get somebody in the primer. Play in the primer. Be a good citizen, a good user, and join the SML. This is the place to be. And this is Total Access. We are signing off.
Thanks, guys.